For the views, keep them coming. #morning@NTV. We're getting into a business updates conversation, and this time around we're touching on medical applications right here in the country. Now, H-Dropsy is a healthcare mobile application that helps you, yes, you and I, access healthcare and make it delivered directly to your doorstep rather than you going to a medical center. So it also lets healthcare providers receive healthcare orders from you and I on the same platform. So in studios to have that conversation is the innovator herself. I have Miss Cynthia Nakato. You're supposed to come with your twin.
She couldn't make it today. Apologies for that, because she's pregnant and she's in her last trimester. She wasn't feeling so well, right? So she couldn't show up for the meeting today.
Okay, we wish her all the best and congratulations to her.
Thank you, Maya.
I did point her to that because you know that you didn't work on this one alone. You worked together.
Yes.
Tell us more about this app.
So H-Dropsy is a healthcare mobile application and web platform that will connect a client or patient to a healthcare provider, for example, a hospital or a pharmacy. So in order to get access to H-Dropsy, you'll have to download the application from either Google Play or the App Store. Once you've downloaded as a user, you'll have to sign up and create an account and then log in, and then you'll be in position to make healthcare orders. Yeah. So yes, that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know my other question to you would be, why a medical app? Why a healthcare application, so to speak? Because we know there's quite a number now. Everyone is trying to make an app.
Yes.
And my question to you will be, what was the motivation behind the innovation? Why a medical healthcare app?
So the motivation behind H-Dropsy is the healthcare challenges we've faced as individuals, and also as that we've noticed in our communities as well. Because when my sister gave birth for her last child, she had a preterm, and she was in a hospital, and she had to buy medication, but the hospital didn't have the medication. So during that time when you've just given birth, you don't have energy to move around. Because she was in a critical condition, her daughter was in a critical condition, so she needed a service whereby she could have a platform whereby she could have a medication delivered to her directly. And also for me, I have a condition that requires me to have medication all the time. So there are times when I run out of prescriptions and I'm not in position to go to a pharmacy, or I'm not nearby a pharmacy, and I just need a service whereby that medication can be delivered to me. Right. So we thought that that service could be helpful not only to us, but also other people out there who might be like in the same condition and they need access to medical service. So we want a platform whereby the medication service comes to you instead of you looking around for it, because in most times when people are sick, they don't have the energy to move around and run around looking for medical services.
And at that point in time, time is of the essence.
Yes.
It's between life and death, so to speak, in some cases.
Yes.
Now let's get into the innovation itself. We were having a conversation and you're telling me that the idea came up about a year ago.
Yes.
And now 1 year, a few months, you have the application already. Now it's been in the market for 1 month. How's the journey been like for you? We do host quite a number of innovators here, and they say that we're still crying for more support for innovators. What was the journey like for you?
Actually, it's been challenging because first of all, the internet access in Uganda is not so high. It's going down, like it's low, especially after the introduction of the OTT tax. The usage is going down. But besides that, it's been a challenging period because this is a male-dominated industry, and as women, we've been intimidated by men who think that maybe we cannot manage to achieve this. But the thing is, the more motivation, the more intimidations we get, that's the more drive that we get as well. Because we want to prove to people that even if you're a woman, you can as well excel in a healthcare sector or in a tech sector.
Okay, congratulations for that. A month into the market and you're already commanding a base of 50 plus. That's thanks to healthcare service providers plus the clientele. Yes. Let us in and talk us through that, the partnership you have between you guys, the innovators, and the healthcare service providers. What's the catch right there?
Okay, so the relationship we have with healthcare providers is we give them a platform. We give them a platform to go onto H-Dropsy, and this helps them to connect to more clients as well. But then also cross-sell other healthcare services and products that they offer to their clients. So the relationship we have with them is we need to, for each healthcare provider, we have a different kind of relationship with them, and that is like the the terms of use and the terms of use and what will I use? The terms of use
and
can be
the payment as well.
The payment as well is
Okay.
negotiable according to the healthcare provider,
All
depending on their status as well, and how big they are, and what kind of services they offer, and how
So can we look at it from a percentage point of view? For example, if healthcare provider X
Yes.
gets me as a client Y and they got me through your app,
Yes.
how do you break down the returns? Do you, as the app owner, get the majority share, or the healthcare provider? How does it work? How do you split the revenues?
Actually, we take a percentage of the cell depending on how big the cell is. I can't like reveal the numbers right now.
But are you the majority shareholder? Should it be that way, just for the sake of the innovators who are getting into the same space?
No, the healthcare providers, because we're just giving them a platform for them to connect with their clients. So we get a percentage of that depending on how big the cell is.
Okay.
Yes.
A majority of times, the healthcare provider gets the land share.
Yes.
Okay, because they're the ones offering the service.
Yes, for us, we just give them a platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the other question would be, how effective is this app? Because response time is critical, especially when you're looking at the dynamics in this space. It's healthcare. It's someone who really needs a service now, and it's now. So what's the response time like between me logging into the app and getting a healthcare service provider get back to me in the shortest period of time possible?
Okay, so for the response time, it will be 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yeah, because we have to ensure that the maximum is 1 to 2 minutes. We have to ensure that the customer gets a response within 1 to 2 minutes. And then the delivery time, if it's in Kampala, it will be between 40 minutes to 1 hour. Then if it's outside Kampala, like our outer parts of Kampala, for example, Entebbe, Namugongo, that will be 1 hour to 2 hours. Then if it's far away, then that might take a longer time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Depending on the healthcare partners. So I think our challenge right now is depending on the healthcare partners, because the more healthcare partners we have in all places in Uganda, the earlier for someone to get medical service given to them. So for example, if we had our healthcare partners all over Uganda, for example, as far as Fort Portal as well.
Right.
So when you order for a service and you're in Fort Portal and you need medical assistance, it will be delivered to you shortly. But right now, the only healthcare partners we have are in Kampala.
Okay.
So we want to call upon like other healthcare partners to join our platform, and when they do that, then like getting access to healthcare will be very easy even for people outside Kampala, as long as we have healthcare partners in those areas.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So when you talked about 40 minutes response time for the medicine to get to you, are we also looking at the same time for a healthcare provider to get to you if you really need a healthcare provider to come to your home?
Yes, a healthcare provider to come to the home right now, that's the timing,
Around
based on the
40
healthcare
minutes.
partners we have right now.
Okay.
But if we get more healthcare partners, for example, you're in Entebbe and we have a healthcare partner in Entebbe, and you're, let's say, 5 minutes away from that healthcare partner, it will take them 5 minutes or 10 minutes to get to you.
Correct.
Yeah, so the healthcare partners on our platform will determine. So for now, since we are in Kampala, you can order for a medical service and you're outside Kampala.
Right.
Let's say you're in Entebbe, that's how long it will take, because we don't have a healthcare partner right now in Entebbe.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I've just gotten to Play Store and I'm looking through the app, and it's amazing. I'm just getting 5-star reviews. Congratulations for that, because this shows that the clientele who have already interfaced with your services are satisfied. So there's something that you're doing right.
Yes.
I'd like you to, not that you're giving us your trade secrets, but what are your top priorities in terms of service delivery for your clientele base? What is that one promise in terms of your business operations to your clientele?
Okay, so the one promise is like the quality of service. We want it to be really good. So like from the way we design the application, we want it to be really user friendly. So when you get into the app, we made it really basic and very easy for people to use, because that's really important for applications. It has to be very easy to use, and also the service has to be delivered on time. So those are the things that because we're in health and it's really critical. If someone needs a medication, we need to make sure that they get it on time. So for us, the most important thing in terms of service, the most important thing for us is service, the quality of service you get, and also the delivery time for the client.
Okay.
And the order for a service, yes.
Quite interesting. We hope that you remain true to your promise.
Yes.
Okay, all right. As we wrap this up, and I'm happy that you mentioned the ease of using the apps, because there are apps that are quite not user-friendly.
Yes.
As you wrap this up, you do have an event coming up.
Yes.
Tell us more about that and how we can plug in.
Okay, yes. So we have an event. It's a cancer screening event.
Mm-hmm.
Because the reason why we decided to have this event is because, first of all, October is a breast cancer awareness month,
Right.
and then also like the expenses of going for cancer screening in hospitals are really quite costly. So we want to invite people to come and have a free cancer screening, because first of all, early detection saves lives, and also it will also save them money, because going to a hospital, like for example having a mammogram is very expensive. So if they can have a free cancer screening for them, I think that would be good for the public as well.
Right.
So we decided to do that. The cancer screening will be at Pulse Specialist Clinic. It's on plot 7, Wampo Avenue, Kololo. Just before you get to the Kolo airstrip, it will be on Thursday, the whole day, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
All right, Thursday, we're talking about the 31st
Yeah, the
of
31st.
this month.
Yes.
Okay, we wish you all the best, Cynthia. Thank you so much for coming through. But you know, I can't get you off the hook, because this segment is watched by quite a number of entrepreneurs, innovators alike.
Yeah.
I want you to speak to them in 1 minute. What is that one thing you tell them? You clearly said that it's not easy to become an innovator in Uganda, because there are quite a number of challenges that you face, from the idea stage to prototype stage to having a fully fledged innovation and access to markets. So speak to them in 1 minute. Camera 1 is yours.
Okay, so the message I would like to send out to other innovators out there in Uganda. So you, first of all, the thing is you have to be committed to your project or to your startup. The commitment and the passion that you have for your innovation will help you to go a long way and to achieve what you really want. So because without commitment and without the drive, you might create the best application in the world, but if you don't go out of your way to make sure that people get to know about it, no one will use it. So once you create something, you have to go out of your way to create exposure for it and people to know about what you've created.
Okay, thank you so much, Cynthia Nakato, for coming through. Innovator and, of course, the proprietor of H-Dropsy medical app right there. You can access it via Play Store, provided you have internet, yes, accessibility. And, of course, she says that, you know what, the space is still ripe. You can jump on board and make sure that you make an impact and a difference in society. At this point in time, I'd like to link to Romeo Busiku. Romeo, what's up? Happy birthday wishes, is it?
Yes, Mola, we are signing up, but before we leave, the police